Okay. I think I'm back. So we'll give everybody a few seconds to see if everybody gets back on. I don't know if the other stream is still trying to go or what it's trying to do. Okay, I got some of you guys jumping back on. Rylan, John, Brian. Big Job is on Facebook. Nothing coming up. I'm back on, and I have a bunch of people commenting that they are back on already. Okay, so this stream is back up on YouTube. Okay, a lot of you guys, Rylan, John, Brian, Bill Disc, David W., Randy, Alan, Lee, Leo, Eloy, Dennis, great. Okay, we're back on there. So obviously, Dennis is back. Obviously, we had a major hang up on the last item. And Michael was cool enough to go ahead and resell it because it was messed up. So, okay, Big Job says we are up and going on that. So, let's see what's going to happen now. Hopefully, we're all good to go. Crash the feed. It was so cool to crash the feed. Yeah, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this or not, but this is what Scott. Yeah, Facebook was there all the whole time. This is what I was getting on my screen. That's what YouTube was doing to me. So I don't know what that means, but okay, looks like we've got part. No, Gray Kitty isn't even up here. It just something just locked up. So anyway, looks like we are definitely getting some of you guys back. Some of the notifications are coming back. So hopefully we are live and going again. So, okay. You guys want to try to finish up the auctions, or do we want to just move on to the magazine? That's up to you guys. It kind of screws things up when that happens in the middle of the auction, so it's up to you guys. We've got Michael said go ahead and redo the horn button since other people were bidding on it. We couldn't get it. I had 2 other pieces laid out. We can finish up those 3, or we can just move on. Whatever you guys want to do from here. Michael says finish it up. Well, since he was a good enough sport to do it, he said let's go with it. So back to the Packard button again. On the Packard horn button, Michael was at 10, so we appreciate him being a good sport about it and letting it go. You want to do another drawing? Yeah, what the heck? We'll do another drawing here in a minute. So we are live. We are going again on the Packard horn button. Michael Glagola at 10. He was the only bid I saw because that was the only thing it was feeding. But yeah, we'll do another drawing here in just a second. If we're ready to go on this, we've got this and 2 more pieces to do. Then we're going to be into the magazine again. And I guess let's do another. In fact, Leo, that's a good idea. Let's do another drawing well, Michael's already back in. Let's go ahead and roll with this. Get these auctions finished up, and then we'll do another drawing. Michael at 12, let's go ahead and go with it. On the Packard button, Michael was a good enough sport to say redo it since it, we didn't have, it wasn't fair for everybody. So we are live on the time. We're going to do this, 2 more pieces, do another drawing, finish up the magazine, and keep on rolling. And hopefully things will cooperate. So Michael at 12. We are live on the timer on this thing. We're going to boogie on through. Yeah, that's great of Michael to do that. That was awesome of Michael to do that since we did have an issue with one of the formats. And it does appear that we don't have near as many people on. We do have quite a few guys on. So apparently this feed on YouTube is back up and rolling. So unless it's not feeding anymore. Michael at 12, but I don't have any bids on YouTube yet. So. But Big Job just comments with her. Bill Disc at 18 as we hit the 1 minute mark. X-Ray at 13. I've got Bill Disc at 18. Eloy at 30. And there's the minute 20 mark. Eloy at 30. And a minute 30. $20 seconds left to go. Eloy at 30. Down to the last few seconds. Eloy at 30. And that does it. Eloy at 30 on the Packard button. Michael at 33, just 2 seconds too late. But I do appreciate that, Michael. I do appreciate you being a good sport. Remind me next time on your package, I'll get you an extra sticker or something in there for playing along and being a good sport with us. Thanks, Michael. Couple more pieces, and then let's get into the magazine. One more license plate, one more hubcap. Remember we did the sample plates? Well, I've got one. This is the roughest one I've got. The plate's in great shape, but there's like no paint left on it. It needs to be repainted. So there's basically not hardly any paint left on this sample plate. So this will probably be one of the cheaper ones. Well, of course, it is one of the earlier ones, though, as well. So, but it will need to be repainted because there is essentially no paint left on it. It is a 1963 sample, 0000. A little bit of white left here, a little bit of white left here. I think these were all white with dark green letters, if I remember, for 63. I'm not sure, but that's what I'm thinking. But obviously, it's in great shape. It's never been used. These were display pieces, but it is 0000, 1963 Kansas display sample plate. Eloy says if Michael wants it, sell it to him. So, Michael, if you want it, Eloy says you can have it. So it's up to you. Like I said, and that's what's great about all you guys. You're great sports, even when there's a little bit of confusion due to the system. Leo starting us off at 10. This is a standard size plate. 12 by 6, basically 12 by 5 3/4. So a normal size plate, but it is a sample plate. 0000 will need to be repainted. Leo at 10. We're live on the timer. So we've got some more of these to do, different years. I think this is the only 63 I've got. Dennis at 15 on the sample plate. Like I said, I have about 20 or 25 of these, but as I sort through them, I'm going to end up keeping more of them than I planned on. So we do have a few more we're going to sell, but I don't know how many we're going to sell. But there's not going to be, there might be like 3 of the 1972, might be the only one there might be like an extra one on. So most of these are going to be a one and done deal on these sample plates for that year and that color. Dennis at 15. Leo 16 as we hit the 1 minute mark. And there's a minute 20. Minute 30 has passed. Leo at 16. $20 seconds left to go. Dennis at 18. Bill Disc 23. Coming down to the wire on this one. Bill Disc got 23 with a few seconds left to go. Big Job 29. And that does it. Big Job at 29 on the sample plate. All right, one more piece. One more piece, we'll be done with the auctions. One more cap to get tonight. This is a 4950 era Chevrolet. This isn't a super rare cap, but this is a pretty decent cap. These came in two different styles. Yes, Leo got it yesterday, I think. So we're good there, Leo. This, I think, is 4950. The bow tie was blue. 1 year was gold. 1 year was red on the background. Basic dog dish cap. This one has a few dinghies and things like that, but nice, bright, shiny chrome. You can repaint the center area whatever color you wanted. You can hang it up the way it is. It displays very well. You can see everything in the office around here, so it looks like a mirror. This one is 9.5 in diameter on this Chevrolet cap, outside to outside. This is a metal back with a stain or with a chrome plated cap on the steel backing plate for this 4950 era Chevrolet cap. This is car, by the way, on this one. Last piece of the night on the Chevy cap. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's kick it on the timer. No bids yet, but we'll roll with it anyway. Well, I'd say there's no bids yet. Haven't seen any bids yet, since we have a little bit of snafu there as well. But last piece of the night on the Chevy cap. We are live on this one. Let's keep boogieing on it, and then we're going to be on to the magazine and wrap up tonight's episode. So, we don't repaint nothing here. But no bids on it yet. Somebody may get a deal on this one. John at 10. Michael at 12. John at 13. Eloy at 12. Got John at 13. Just past the 1 minute mark. John at 13. And there's 120. One minute, 30 seconds has passed. John at 13. Yeah, I see you, Kenny. I'm not sure what you mean there. I've got John at 13 on the Chevrolet cap. 20 seconds left to go. Leo at 14. John at 15. Coming down to the wire, Michael at 18. Eloy at 16, but I had Michael at 18 on Facebook. So Michael at 18. John came back at 19. Too late. I had Michael at 18 at the 2 minute mark. Was who our winner was. So thanks, Michael. Appreciate you being a good sport, and glad you got that one. So everybody lost the stream, Kenny. Everything wiped out. Everything went haywire. We don't know for sure what happened, but yep, we're back now. But everything went bananas on it. All right. So we got through it finally. Yeah, she was over there sleeping. But we can blame it on her anyway. Let's keep moving tonight since we lost a few minutes there with the snafu on YouTube. We'll give you some badges so we can all think about this for a second. Sam, the last time I lost that kind of time was at the Grateful Dead show in Kansas City. That's right, and that's a great thing to point out, Tony. Congratulations to all the good sportsmen tonight. And that's what's awesome about you guys. We don't really have a lot of attitudes on here. If there's a snafu, we all work through it. And by working through it together, that's what makes it fun. So thanks to all of you guys for being good sports and making that happen. So let's do the magazine. Nope, let's do a drawing. Let's do a drawing. Leo had a great idea to do a drawing. Let's do a drawing. Bonus drawing for tonight. We just gave one to Mark. Who's getting the next one? That's right, John. Like John says, we all work on cars. We're used to disappointments. You just learn to roll with it. Mike's got to jump off. Glad you were here. Let's see who's going to be the... Mark is out for tonight, but not any other weeks. Am I down to one? Brian Schultz. All right, let's grab the other can. And like I said, these guys, these will ship with your next package. I don't ship these individually, so these will ship with your next package. Please bear that in mind. Hot Wheel looks like a Fairlane. So we're going to put Brian's name on that one. So you bet, Brian, that's what's the whole purpose of this, is to have a good time. So we got that wrap bug up, got your name in it. It'll go in your next package, whether that's raffles, auctions, whatever it is. Put that over here with that stuff and put you right back into the can for the big drawing. So now we can get to the magazine. Yeah. Well, we tried to ditch Kenny, but it found you. Reminds me of his childhood. Well, we didn't try to ditch you, Kenny. Actually, we lost everybody. I'll show you again here real quick what my screen was doing, if you guys can see it. That was my screen flashing when we lost everything. So it wasn't just you. Now for the final installment of the September 1965 issue of Motor Trend, with a super cool shot of the 66 GTO on the cover. And we'll get this one wrapped up tonight. This is the third week on this magazine. The first week we ran really late on auctions, and then we got part of it done. Then we did the first half last week, and then we'll wrap it up tonight, including classifieds. Kenny, my parents moved around a lot, but I always found them. Well, that's good. And we'll start off tonight with some stock car action. And there is a reason that we did the promo that we did tonight. The 1965 Ford Galaxy. The 1965 Dixie 400. Looks a little similar. Yep, the 65 Ford stock cars. And some more action shots, some big action shots from the 65 Ford, or the 65 Dixie 400. The next article, the road test, the Wagoneer V8. Kaiser split personality makes it the nation's most versatile. Yes, definitely ahead of their time, the Jeep Wagoneers. Obviously, in today's world, the SUV is today's world, and this was way ahead of its time for that. with a lot of cool action shots of the road test, the V8 power, all kinds of neat stuff in this article. Including specifications from the manufacturer on the Wagoneer. Options on test car: 327 V8 turbo hydromatic air conditioning, power brakes, steering, rear window, radio, heater defroster, tinted glass, white walls, luggage rack. Base price $37.16, price as tested $53.30.80. That was a lot of money back then. John said he bought a copy of this, he got it in the mail, so he's following along with us. So now the next article, this one's pretty cool. We'll actually read it because we've talked about this quite a bit. We've done videos on these cars. We've talked about the development of them. The new Cord 810 Sportsman. Yes, the Glen Prairie Cord. This is prototype number 2 that they used on this exact road test. Now, if you remember the videos we've done from Doug's at Auburn Cord Duesenberg, there was kind of a faded green Cord 810 sitting there, one of the Glen Prairie Cords. That was actually the first, I think that was the first one. So I think this was the second one, but maybe this is that car. I'm not sure. We're going to read through this real quickly because there's not a lot of text to it. And we talked about these a lot. We did the videos with Felix, who was actually involved in the development of these cars. So you'll definitely want to check that out as well. Driving the new Cord 810 Sportsman. If driving a new 29-year-old automobile, which is kind of weird, it's a 29-year-old car at that point, is your cup of tea, you just might be interested in the Cord 810 Sportsman, currently in prototype form and soon to be produced in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The scaled-down version of the original 3637 Cord 810 convertible is the brainchild of Glen Prairie, president of the latter-day Cord Automobile Company. Prairie, a former school teacher and restorer of Cord automobiles, figures there is a market for a modern version of this most desirable classic. We feel sure he's right. Driving the Cord 810 is quite an experience. Only 2 have been built, but production is getting underway in Tulsa, and soon Cords will once more be rolling off of the assembly line. Doors opening from the front, allowing easy entrance to 2 very comfortable foam-padded buckets with Royal X molded shells. It's just like going back in time 29 years. Now, it's weird to think that they're talking about going back in time 29 years now when we're looking at this in 2023 and thinking about that now that you're going back almost 90 years to what we're talking about. So it's kind of weird when they're talking about 29 years. Staring us in the face is an authentic Cord dashboard, original instruments, levers, headlight crank handles, and lo and behold, they're peeking out from under the dash, the gear shift lever, just like the original. Our number 2 prototype had a rather tired 110 horse Corvair engine with 2-speed automatic transmission. The car tipped the scales at 2,100 pounds. Performance was somewhat less than exciting, but final models will offer 140 or turbo supercharged 180 horsepower Corvair engines, which should at least be adequate. In any case, it isn't touted as a performance automobile. Like the original Cord, our 810 Sportsman steered like a truck, making it a machine to be driven by very strong men or in a straight line only. Front-wheel drive cars normally steer hard unless power assisted. The car was quiet and felt very stable at the speeds it was able to attain, but winding roads left us out of breath, and turning around in a small space took a lot of muscle. Full lock turns brought out original Cord shutters. Our test car's brake drums were egg-shaped and hardly adequate. Dangerous would describe them better, but this was a prototype. All these problems will be licked before final production models go out to the public. Some 200 individuals have already placed orders. The new Cord Sportsman, despite its drawbacks, was a real ball to drive, and the admiring, inquisitive, and downright envious looks we got while behind the wheel more than offset any discomforts. Weighing only 200 pounds, the car's body of U.S. Rubber's new Royal X is worth special mention. It is vacuum-formed thermoplastic 5-layer sandwich with 2 outer weathering skins, 2 structural solid layers, and a cellular core filled with millions of nitrogen bubbles. It has an excellent resistance to impact, weather, most chemicals, is lightweight and easily formed. It's also easy to repair. Heat pops it back into shape in minutes. As a driver's car, it isn't that exciting, but the nostalgia and the memories are there, and you can get it serviced at your local Chevrolet dealer. For a classic, that's saying quite a bit. Yeah, I don't know why they put turbo supercharged in there, but they did. So there it is, the road test of the soon-to-be new Glen Prairie 8/10 Cord. So and if you want more information on those, be sure to go back and watch those videos on the Auburn Cord Duesenberg Company playlist, where we actually sat down with Felix, who actually helped Glen Prairie design and develop this car. We literally did videos with Felix, the guy who worked side by side with Glen Prairie in the development of this car in the mid-'60s. Some great content on there if you're interested in that stuff. So that's right. Love the honesty from the day and the writers back in the day. And the next article, and there's not really much of an article, but there's so many cool pictures. We got to check it out from the Hot Rod Magazine Drag Fest. Just check out the pictures on this stuff. Obviously, the Dick Landy Dodge. I thought there was another page of pictures on this one. I guess there's not. I guess that's it. That's all we got. So some great ones, but not a lot of them. Yes, it was an altered wheelbase. If we look back here, we can see how far that front axle is. So yes, this was an altered wheelbase Landy Dodge. One more article we're going to check out real quick before we get into the ads. And this was an antique car article in 1965. So there again, the article starts out 30 years ago. So it makes sense. New V12 for Cadillac. Okay, if we have another problem, something says YouTube has just got a strike for something for violating community guidelines, whatever that means. So if it crashes again, it must be YouTube. I don't know what we did to violate a community guidelines, but apparently we violated something. So you got me. I don't know what that means, but we apparently did something wrong. It makes sense for the new V12 Cadillac. There again, we're looking 30 years into the past for these. Which, just like the Cord, there again, it's weird. We have to think they're looking 30 years in the past. We are now looking 90 years in the past at this technology and what happened. The V12 Cadillacs, not only did they do V12s, they did V16s as well. So many cool things back in the day, so technologically advanced that Charlie wants one of those for his D250. Perfect, Big John. Appreciate that. So thought that was kind of cool, worth mentioning. And that's pretty much it for the articles. We definitely want to catch the ads. And we got some classifieds to check out, which are always a blast. So we're going to kind of keep moving since we obviously had some snafus earlier with the feed. Starting off with the super cool ad from Armstrong Tires. I've never seen a tire ad done like this. We've looked at a lot of tire ads, but this one is weird. They actually talk about gripping the road John, love magazines. This one got to be one of the best. Well, that's why it took us 3 weeks to get through it. Check this ad out. Talk about a grip on the road. Literally shows Armstrong tires gripping the road, literally. It does kind of look like an album cover. That's a good point, John. The next one, gasoline. Ask the winners what brand they use at the Atlanta 500 and the Dixie 400. Fire up with Firebird from the Pure Oil Company. Randy's got to bail off. Appreciate you being here, Randy. This next ad I thought was pretty cool. Once again, performance-based gasoline from Bonneville. Mobile gas pumps literally on the salt flats. I violated YouTube by imitating Johnny Carson. There we go. Next ad is for Motor Trend. Look what's coming in Motor Trend. Next month, more news and pictures on the 66s plus complete factory release styling and engineering reports. All kinds of cool stuff coming up from Motor Trend. Why? To get you to subscribe. That was the entire purpose of this ad. How much was it? 10 months, $3.25 for Motor Trend. Couple more ads and then into the classifieds. This next one's kind of funky. Fitton Wheels. Fitton makes mag wheels to fit most cars. How about that? Next one, kind of a funky one for the Teleflex tack. Actual size, 1 inch by 3 inch for the Teletex rolling tack. And the last ad, the inside cover for AC spark plugs. First in features to help boost power for men on the move. And finally, the last thing we're going to do, classifieds. We've got some sell and swap classifieds on the very back part of this September 1965 issue of Motor Trend. Let's see what's for sale with prices on here. 1957 Cadillac Eldorado Seville, white with bronze leather, upholstery, factory air, power steering, brakes, windows, seat, excellent condition, $1850. 57 Cadillac Eldorado Brome. This was the stainless steel top car. Cream colored with stainless steel roof, air conditioning, new tires, excellent condition, collector's item. Now remember, the Eldorado Brome, those are the ones that actually came with factory shot glasses for the back seat. Literally had factory shot glasses. 6-figure car today, $2,700. 1936 Rolls Royce. Hooper body, original paint and engine, recent check over, full history, $3,500 for a 36 Rolls. Of course, that was a ton of money back then, but this is an interesting one. It doesn't say what body style it is, but I don't think anybody would really care. 1941 Willys in mint condition. Engine and running gear just overhauled. Interior just redone in red and white Naugahyde. So if they just put Naugahyde in it, they probably were building a hot rod out of it. Body perfect, no rust. $900 for a 41 Willys. Let's see what else is interesting for sale. 1926 Studebaker Coupe, new top, tires, battery, chrome, and upholstery, wood spoke wheels, original finish, 10 coats of light blue and black lacquer, $850 restored. Classic Ride side, there's a vendor at Lawrence giving away some old magazines. I must have missed him, so that's probably after we left on Saturday, I bet. All right, what else is for sale that's interesting here? '58 Studebaker Golden Hawk, all metal customizing, no plastic, new engine, blower, tires on Buick wheels, black paint, Buick wire wheels, so they'd be like Skylark Buick wheels, black paint, twin traction, full power, AM, FM, custom black diamond tough interior, 54,000 miles, $1,200. 46 Lincoln Coupe, excellent throughout, $1,275. 47 Lincoln 5-passenger Club Coupe V12, good tires, original black finish, $750. '63 Corvette Stingray Fastback, high performance, Bill Thomas tuned engine, 4-speed, Positrack, metallic brakes, AM/FM radio, electric windows, 100,000 candle power high beams, white, $32.95 for a '63 split window. Obviously, well into 6 figures on that car today as well. So that pretty much catches some of the high points. 39 Packard Super 8 5-passenger sedan, new paint, mechanically sound, original interior with side mounts, $495. Kind of crazy to think back in today's world and think about what that stuff was bringing. But back then, when you're making $1 an hour, $3,200 for a '63 Corvette was a lot of money. So you've absolutely got to put it into perspective when we talk about this stuff. But it is fun to go back. It is fun to look at it, talk about it, and dream and wish. But that's the way things were back then. So finally, that wraps it up for the September 1965 issue of Motor Trend. Finally, after 3 weeks, we finally got through it. We'll do a different magazine next week. This one was obviously well worth spending some time on. Charlie, I've been working on my neighbor's 48 KB3. Still has spark plug from the 50s in it. So we had a lot of fun with this magazine. Sometimes when we take a little more time with these, like I said, we've got 3 weeks on this one. But obviously, I think most of you guys would agree it was well worth it. There was a ton of great stuff in this thing. And to do some of these right, we just got to spend a little more time on them. And that happens, and that's just the way it goes. So I think we all enjoyed it. I'm glad it worked out well, and I'm glad everybody had a lot of fun with this magazine. There was just so much great stuff in it. It just took a little more time. Anyway, the raffle. Who's in for this month in the raffle? Who got in this week? This week's packet. Johnny Z, Norma, Leo and his crew. Leo, Justin, and Travis are all in. Mark is in. Alec Blanchett. Dennis Chapman. Tony Napoli. Brian Schultz, obviously. And Lee Carr. That's who all got in this week. If you thought you got into the raffle this week and I did not read your name, be sure to let me know. And anybody want to do one more bonus drawing tonight before we wrap up? We still got more stuff to give away. We got a lot of cool stuff laying around here. Pick up some of my mess as we get ready to wind things down for tonight. Again, we'll see. Leo saying absolutely yes. Yep. Michael saying, yeah, I kind of pretty much knew the answer to that, but I figured we'd ask it anyway. Let's do one more bonus drawing tonight, and then we're going to get ready to start winding this thing down. Kenny sent his money in today. Perfect, Kenny. Let's see. Mark won and Brian won, so they are out if we pull their name. I think we're down to one here in my hand. Alec Blanchett. All right, let's grab the other can and let's go in here and snag something. This one feels okay. All right, what do we got in here? Another Hot Wheel, or Hot Wheel size car. This might be a matchbook or something. On a little Fox body Mustang. So let's tuck that one back away. Let's grab the Sharpie. And we got Alec's name on that one. And right back in. All right. So anyway, that pretty much wraps up what I've got for tonight. We still kind of got it wrapped in right here around 3 hours, so that's good considering our technical difficulties that we ran into that obviously kind of threw some things haywire. But still had a great night tonight. Appreciate you guys swinging by and having fun and making this chat what it is. Your participations in the auctions and the raffle. Had a lot of fun with you guys, as always. Then what's coming up this week? I didn't drag any cars in this week. We were at the Hutch swap meet, so I got a little bit there. Obviously, we got some signs for some Toy Tuesday coming up. But did not pick up any cars this week, so don't have any new inventory there. What's coming up on videos? I've got what we actually bought at Lawrence coming up. So that video will be coming up. The stuff that came home with us from Lawrence, we brought a pretty good load back from there. So we'll definitely need to get that video up. I did, obviously, like I said, I got 68 Beller up. We got about a half dozen videos shot last week on new inventory. I've got I've got more than that still to do. I've got another 6 or 8 or 10 to shoot. So we need to get some more of that done. We'll try to get some of those shot. So we'll have some new inventory coming up. We'll have the Lawrence finds coming up. I've still got stuff from my buddy's yard. I've still got a little bit of Auburn Cord Duesenberg we need to get up. So we'll definitely get some of that stuff up. We will do Toy Tuesday live again, as usual, at 7 o'clock Tuesday evening. You ever buy model car kits? I haven't bought any in a while. I've got tons of them, but I have not bought any in quite a while. So glad you guys stopped by, spent some time with me tonight, even though we had some technical difficulties. Huge shout out to Michael Gagol on Facebook for being a great sport when we had those technical difficulties to open that back up. And as always, I hope everybody has a great week. Thanks for stopping by and spending your Sunday evening with me. Leo already can't wait till next Sunday. And so we'll do some Toy Tuesday live, 7 o'clock Sunday night, and next Sunday night, we will be back live again. Yep, Bill, we're still back on. We're still on. We're just about done. You caught the very end, so. I doubt it, Kenny. I doubt if you're wandering around Kansas in a nobody shirt, I doubt anybody would help you. So I don't think the nobody shirt's going to do you much good. So you never know. Maybe somebody would recognize it, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and call her a night. We're going to wrap this thing up. Thanks for being here. See you Saturday. We will see you Tuesday. That's right. We're everybody pulling for Mark. Hopefully everything goes great with Mark this week. Definitely want to keep him in your thoughts and your prayers. And hopefully everything goes well there. So do a segment on kits. Yeah, we could do some out. We could dig some out. We may squeeze them in on some Toy Tuesdays or something. So Bill just getting some quiet around me now after that race. Michael, great night show. 164 fun as usual. Perfect. Well, I'm glad you guys had a good time. Tell your friends about us. Invite them to come hang out and join in what we've got going on. And I guess that'll just about do it for episode number 164, as bananas as that is. Yep, 164. That'll wrap it up for this one. We'll see some of you Tuesday night at 7 o'clock for Toy Tuesday, and we definitely hope to see you all back here next Sunday night, 7 o'clock Central Standard Time for Sunday Night Live Chat. I hope everybody has a great week. Thanks for watching, everybody.